Hello everyone, here EU, and today I'm gonna show you what kind of material I'm using in my daily training. But before that, just reminding you that I'm gonna start this February a dream, and I'm gonna start walking from the Netherlands until Spain. More concretely, I'm living in the Haag. I'm gonna start my adventure here in the Haag, in the nice lighthouse that is located close to the sea, and I'm gonna do 2,000 kilometers plus, more than 2,000 kilometers until I arrive to the lighthouse of Finisterre, Spain, in Galicia. So that's gonna be exciting, gonna be a lot of fun for me, and I hope that you subscribe to all my channels to support me and to see the nice content and the fun content that I'm gonna stay creating in a daily basis. So for me today, what is working on my training? I've been training for 3 months already. I've been increasing the kilometers on my legs. I start with 5 kilometers, then 10 kilometers, then 15, 20 kilometers, and now what I was doing the last weeks is increase the kilos on my back. Unfortunately, and because budget purposes, I don't have yet my backpack, the big one. I'm gonna use most probably something between 70-80 liters, but this I'm gonna explain you in another video. For today we're gonna focus in how I am training with a really low budget, with things that we have at home and that are useful. The main purpose is save a bit of money, because this is important for all of us, and as well is don't get hurt, because the easy thing is be cheap, but then you have problems in your legs or in your back, and we don't want to get injured before we start our adventure. So for me, what it works, this is subjective, but for me what it works is I got a backpack, an old one that I had, with a reinforced attachments. If you have something for your chest, much better, because then the weight gonna be distributed. As well for your hip, if you have something that also is attached to your hip, much better, because it's gonna put in balance and gonna put straight the weight in your back, and the stabilization will not move during your walk, because it's really annoying when you are walking, the vibrations and everything moving. That is not really good in terms of stability, and then you get injured in your back, in your neck, in your cervicals, etc, etc. We don't want to avoid that. So if you have something like this at home, and when you put it, everything is straight and you feel well distributed and it's not painful in any part of your back, then perfect. For me it works, and you can see it's a cheap one. What I get, usually I walk around 4 hours and a half to do 22 kilometers, 25, and I do 5 kilometers the hour, more or less. And what I cannot miss is the keys of the house, really important. Wallet with cash and credit card, both are important, not just the credit card, with cash as well, because you never know, some coins. Sometimes I stopping in a funny bar or restaurant or petrol station to have a 2 euros or 3 euros coffee. So important to have something like this. What else? On the big one, I'm opening. In the big one, what I have? Something that's gonna save you from problems. A power bank. Power bank is something that this, as you can see, is broken. I didn't invest in a really cool solar small version that costs quite a lot of money. I'm gonna consider for my trip, but for now, for drinking purposes, I have this. Is my old one that works, that is perfect, and always is with me. You never know when your GoPro can get without battery. You never know with the battery with your telephone, headphones. You never know. So always that you are gonna work for 3, 4, 5 hours, please. This is my advice as well. Then, in my daily basis, as you know, I am using GoPro 12. That is super cool, and I recommend to all of you. And I bring, this is quite big, but sometimes I am using the chesty version to do all my videos and then edit it in YouTube, etc. And the tripod and all of these things. Everything here, because you never know. Then, look what I have. you're gonna tell me, Ramon, what are you doing? It is gonna be painful in your back. If you distribute it well on the back, on your backpack, gonna be fine. Typical weights that you bought, or a friend of you bought in 2014, that you promised yourself that you're gonna use and you never did, be honest, or you did it during 2 weeks and then you moved to the gym and then you realize that the gym is not your thing because it's so boring, etc, etc. Look, I'm really happy because I am using it. These are 1.5 kilos, 3 kilos in total, so already is something. By the way, what the experts are saying that when you do big walks like mine, the distribution of kilos in your backpack is usually 10–50% of your weight. I am right now around 90 kilos, so the 10% is 9 kilos. I think that once I'm gonna start, I'm gonna do around 9 kilos weight with my backpack and everything inside. So I'm training more or less these kilos as well. Today gonna be a scheduled hard training. It means that I put some kilos extra, but well, look what I have here. On my big department, basically I put the GoPro, some weight and the power bank. On the big one, look, don't know if you see it well, really important. Yeah, there's people that invest in a really cool thermo bottle. Me, every 2–3 weeks I change the 1.5 liter bottle that you can recycle, and to me works and it's fine and I'm happy with it. And also it helps me for the stabilization of this department of this backpack. More weights, in this case 2.5 kilos. I have 2 that I put in vertical over here, and then in the other side another bottle. Here is because I felt that when I'm training 5–6 days in a row, I need a bit of extra energy. So and I am 40+ years old, and I decided to drink a bit of protein and some vitamins, so this always helps. So the plan here is create a department with a bit of stabilization. So I put the bottle in a side, I put the 2.5 kilos, so are 5 kilos, and the other bottle in the other side. What I create is a consistent, that is not moving part, that's gonna help me on my trainings. So basically we have 5 kilos, we have 2 liters of water that during the 4 hours walk, 4–5 hours walk, gonna decrease, but we have 5, around 8 and 3, around 11, more or less 11 kilos on my back today. Yeah, it's quite a lot, but today I decided that has to be like this during the 4 hours to get stronger. And one of my tips is that the distribution has to be consistent. You have to think to put everything in stabilization purposes, that is not moving, there is no vibration, that all your back is well positioned, well, the weight well distributed, and if you can attach it to your hip and your chest, then it's perfect. And it's not, there's no problem. Everything has to be well put it. So I like to reinforce this in my low back. This is a part where I'm taking advantage because comforts me, basically. The 2 weights on the sides, and this that I could put it wherever I want, so I can put it here as well with my GoPro. I close it, and then I zip it. And for today we have it. It's not moving, it's consistent. There is not, it's something that we have to ensure is that when we put it on, there is not any part that is pushing our back, our lower back, because we're gonna suffer if the first days that we're gonna increase our weight with our back, we're gonna get some parts of our back that perhaps gonna hurt a bit, so we have to try to avoid it and prevent it by just testing it. I am just putting it on me, and yes, I feel good. My lower back is not moving, I move and there's not any vibration. As you can see, everything is well attached and is consistently buried in balance, the strips as well. And unfortunately, as I was telling you, this is an old one, so this is broken, but if you are lucky you can put it this as well, like this, the chesty one. And that's all. I hope that you get some tips and tricks for your preparation, for your adventure. Looking forward to in the future also know and follow you on your adventures. But please, for this time, if you like this video, just click in like and follow me in all my platforms and social media, because I need it. I have to be able to buy all my stuff as well, and I'm gonna create more content for you, and together we're gonna have fun, that's for sure. Yes, let's stay in touch. All the best, take care, ciao.